All right, we're gonna do 20-30 minutes of side splits stretching, and you don't really need any equipment, but if you have a wall and some floor and maybe a chair, that would be very helpful. All right, let's get started. I'm gonna go crawl on over there and stand up. Let's go. So we're gonna start with hip cars, and that looks a little bit like this. High knee, open up those hips, bring the ankle up as high as you can, and bring that leg back. What we're trying to do is get full range of motion out of that hip using the muscles and giving yourself control over your range of motion. We're going to do 10 of these. We've already done 3, but here's that again. Slow, high knee, open wide, ankle up, leg down and back. Down and back looks a little bit like this. We're trying to flex the hamstrings and the glutes. I've pointed to them in reverse order to bring the leg down and back. All right, I think we've done 5. Let's keep going. High knee, open up. 6, high knee, open up, side, down. High knee, open up, ankle up, down and back. High knee, open up, ankle up, down and back. High knee, open up, ankle up, down and back. High knee, oh, I'm off balance. Open up, ankle up, down and back. If you ever fall off balance, feel free to not face me, turn against the wall so you can support yourself. Or if you have a perfectly handy fireplace or stool or something, you can hold on to those. All right, we did 10 of those on the right leg. Let's switch over to the left leg. If you started on the left, move to the right. Same thing on this side. We're going high knee, open up, ankle up, down and back. High knee, open up, ankle up, down and back. High knee, open up, ankle up, down and back. High knee, open up, ankle up, down and back. High knee, open up, ankle up, down and back. High knee, open up, ankle up, down and back. High knee, open up, ankle up, down and back. High knee, open up, ankle up, down and back. I think we got like 1 or 2 more. I kind of lost count, but that's okay. We're aiming for 10. As long as you know what you're doing, we're good. I'm gonna hop in over here, just check on the live stream. I believe we got maybe 1 or 2 people on right now. If you have any questions, because I was unclear about explaining whatever it is that we are doing, feel free to throw it in the chat. I'm going to pop a little closer to the computer to read it pretty regularly, so let me know. All right, let's get back into it. We just did hip cars in the forward direction, and we're going to do them in reverse. What that looks like is, instead of high knee, we're going to go back, down and back first. We're going to go sideways, ankle down, knee forward. That's 1 rep. We're doing 10 of these. Let's go. Back, side, ankle, front. 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 Last one, back, side, ankle, front. 10. I'm gonna do little hand signs, but I'm really just counting with my hands because my mouth is doing the talking. And so if I'm doing anything like this, if I'm doing a 1, that either means it's a 1 or a 6. And you'll know that you've done more than 1 if it's a 6. All right. Same thing on the other side. Down and back, sideways, ankle down, front, back, side, ankle, 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 front. Last one, ankle, front. That is 10 reps. All right. We have done some basic hip warm up. Now let's really warm up the hamstrings because they're super important for the pancake. And if you're not interested in side splits specifically, they're super important for pretty much anything that you need to fold at all in. So super, super helpful. All right. The next thing we're going to do is called elephant walks. You can say it's L shape. and you bend one knee and keep the other leg straight. So you kind of got this like sassy pose going. And what we want to do here is bring that chest down and start engaging those hamstrings. If you have tight hamstrings, maybe you're all the way up here and you already feel the stretch. If you're a little bit looser, maybe you'll feel them slightly differently. Most of the time, the more intense stretch might be in the straightened leg, but your hamstrings get stretched with bent knees and straight legs. So you might notice that the other leg, the bent leg, is also really feeling that stretch. To deepen and enhance that stretch, just bring your chest lower down. Don't only think about the chest because your chest can do a lot of stuff without this thing, your hips, your lower back moving. You want to kind of focus technically on the belly button and trying to fold that belly button to the thigh. I'm going to use that expression a lot going forward. All right. So we've done a couple of seconds in that other side. So let's switch to the other side. Bend the opposite leg and straighten the one that was bent before. And keep on trying to bring that belly button and chest down to the ground. You should feel the stretch. Potentially also in your outer glutes. Just do a couple of these little switches from side to side, which means just bend the other leg and straighten the other leg. I gotta find a better way of saying that than using just other and other and other over and over and over again. But you know what I'm talking about. There's only two legs. All right. Next, after we've done a couple of these, we're going to add a little bit of rotation in the spine. Any rotation in your spine is always good for you, especially if you're working in front of a computer all the time. But what's important here is we're going to stretch this muscle in the outer hip, upper glute-ish area. And to really dig into that stretch, keeping your chest low, maybe grab onto that outer calf, trying to rotate your chest in the direction of the straightened leg. And that rotation should pull maybe a little bit on this oblique, but should really enhance the stretch in that outer glute. If you're not feeling it yet, maybe you came up a little bit too high. Bring that chest and belly button a little bit lower, and you should feel that stretch. All right. Oh man, that was intense. All right, let's just the other side. Same thing. Try to bring the chest down, and then rotate towards the straightened leg. If you want to enhance that stretch, you can do the same thing as for the hamstring. Bring the belly button and chest down. All right, we spent a whole bunch of time in that first couple. Let's pick up the speed just a little bit. Get some blood flowing and pumping into those muscles. We're aiming for like 10. I feel like we've done 10 at this point because we did a bunch with just hamstrings. So pop into a little squat. Rest those hamstrings for a second, and let's move on to the next stretch. The next one is the Cossack switch. And to do the Cossack switch, I'm going to get rid of this lamp real quick. We are going to get into a wide-ish stance and point our toes roughly 45 to 60 degrees out from our center. All right. Then we're going to try to drop down so that the knee and the feet are pointing in the same direction, in the same line, and try to keep your heel mostly down on the ground. You don't want it to come up too far. We want to get a little bit of this Achilles stretch, get a little bit of this ankle mobility, and then see if you can sink your hips a little bit deeper so you can feel that stretch here. And we'll hang out for just a second to let those muscles soften up. And then we'll switch on over. You can do the switch like this, keeping your butt really low as you can keep it. Or if that's a little bit too difficult, you can try to stand up a little bit and then drop back down onto the other side. Whew. All right, same deal. Let's try to keep that heel planted. Stretch the Achilles. Stretch out those calves a little bit. Put some weight into the hip. And now we've done one rep on both sides. So let's keep going. We're only going to do 5. This is number 2. And 3. As you get stronger and more comfortable in this position, point your toe of the leg that's straightened up into the sky. Feel free to do a little bit of wiggling, rotate those legs. And I think with that, we are done. That's 5. Let's get into the really intense stretches. If you're feeling tired already, just know that that was warm up. And if you're wondering what you got yourself into, don't worry. I talk a lot, and that's basically rest time for you. All right. All right. Hamstring stretch. We're going to get into a very similar position that we're basically just in eventually, but instead of just bending forward like in that L shape we started with for the elephant walk, we're going to first start by standing up straight, taking a step forward and throwing the hips back. And what I want you to notice is, depending on where my hips are in the air, right, the further back they are, the more intense this angle is between my chest and my leg. The further back my butt is, or my hips are, the more intense and deeper the stretch is. All right. So use that movement of where your hips are in space to deepen your stretch. And then I want you to widen your stance, so there's no chance that you will fall. And take a couple of deep breaths while you're in this position, because your hamstring should be tight and going, what are you doing? This is crazy. If you're feeling that way, take a couple of nice deep breaths, try to relax, bring your belly button down to your thigh. We're gonna apply a little bit of pressure, either grabbing onto the legs or just using our muscles or letting gravity pull us for about 30 seconds. And our goal is to bring the belly button to the thigh. All right, we're gonna start right now. 30, 29, 28, 27, 26, 25, 24, 23, make sure to breathe, 21, 20, 19, 18, 17, 16, 15, 14, 13, 12, 11, 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0. Whew. Oh, hamstring stretch. All right, that's the first one. Now I'm going to do a slightly different variation for the second one. Same principles, but instead of doing them standing, we're going to do them slightly kneeling. All right. And it's going to look a little bit like this. If you want to put something cushiony underneath that knee, go for it. If you want to just do the same exact stretch that we just did, which is standing up straight, step forward, throwing the hips back, go ahead and do that. We're going to take it a little bit further, and we're going to keep that angle that was created, right? The foot is still in front. The hips still control the intensity of the stretch, but we're going to kneel down so that we're a little closer to the ground, a little bit more stable of a position. It will help to do this when you have a little bit more flexibility, and that's it. Otherwise, it's the same. All right, belly button to thigh. Try to bring that upper body down. Let's go. 30 seconds. 30, 29, 28, 27, 26, 25, 24, 23, 22, 21, 20, 19, 18, 17, 16, 15, 14, 13, 12, 11, 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0. Oh man. Whew, thankfully, those hamstring stretches are done for now. Let's take a quick breather, move a little bit, make sure the legs are working. I'm going to check real quick to see if there are any comments on Facebook. I think there's nothing to respond to. If you have any questions, feel free to throw them in the chat. I am monitoring. Oh, all right. We're moving on to the next stretch. We're getting to the pancake, or excuse me, we're getting into the butterfly. Pancake comes after. So for the butterfly, I recommend having a wall or something flat-ish behind you that won't move, and resting your butt, your shoulders, and your head against the wall so that you can have this nice straight posture and then not have to worry about your posture while we do the rest of the stretch. So the goal of the butterfly is to really open up the hips and these inner thigh muscles, right? What I want you to do is try to bring your feet together and as close to you as they can get. Typically, for most people, that will cause these knees to shoot on up. That's okay. It's totally normal. It's how those muscles work. All right. From here, we're going to use those same muscles we were just using doing hip cars, which was the legs rotating. And we're going to fire those muscles so that we use those glutes, those outer thigh muscles, to bring the knees down to the ground. Once your knees are as low as they can get with muscle power, I want you to apply a little bit more force with your hands. If you're leaning against the wall, your shoulders can help push your legs down a little bit more intensely because you're leaning against the wall for support. All right. That sentence might be a little bit difficult to comprehend, but basically use the wall as the back of your shoulder and then push out from the wall into your thighs. I'll work on that. All right. So now that we're applying steady pressure onto the knee-ish area, pushing those legs down and opening up those hips, we're going to do this for 30 seconds. 30, 29, 28, 27, 26, 25, 24, 23, 22, 21, 20, 19, 18, 17, 16. Keep steady pressure. Keep trying to fire those glutes and outer thigh muscles to pull your legs down. 12, 11, 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0. Oh, relax everything. Put your arms away. Or, I don't know, jello your arms. Let your hips come together and relax. All right. Keep on breathing and relaxing. We're going to get into the next stretch. It is the pancake, and it could very much be the second or most intense stretch that we have. I am going to toss some things off of this coffee table side stand thing right in front. You don't need this, but it helps. If you are getting into that sort of split up position for the first time, helps to have something in front of you. You don't need it. I'm going to put it off to the side. But what I like to do, especially if you're newer into getting this position, is the standing pancake. The standing pancake is important for the same reason why we do the hamstring stretch with one leg and kind of standing. It is because you can get the whole weight of your upper body into the stretch and increase the intensity in a way that you can't really do without elevating your butt really high. You don't need any other things to do this stretch, but I like to rest my butt against the wall and have my feet about 20, 30 centimeters or 8 to 12 inches away from the wall. So I have this sort of tripod formed. And once that tripod is formed, I generally slide a little bit, open up the hips, and once I'm about as low as I'm comfortable going, I pause there and I focus on the hips. We want to fold here at the hips, and because our legs are split, there's a lot going on here. There's some hamstring stretch, there's some adductors in your thighs, and we want to rest here for a second and let some of those muscles stop freaking out so that you can get into a deeper stretch. So let's take a couple of deep breaths here. 1, 2, and now let's try to fold at the hips and hold that stretch for 30 seconds. The weight of your upper body should want to pull you forward. So maybe you're giving yourself a little support by placing your hand in front of you Maybe you're perfectly balanced, you don't need any at all. Just try to bring your belly button down to the thighs and maybe the floor if that helps. All right, we're going for 30 seconds. 30, 29, 28, 27, 26, 25, 24, 23, 22, 21, 20, 19, 18, 17, 16, 15, 14, 13, 12, 11, 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0. All right, crawl on forward. Your feet don't need to move until your chest is way far ahead. And bring those legs in. If that felt brutal, that's because the pancake is brutal. Stretches a lot of muscles in your lower body, and it can be a challenge. We got some messages from Deep Space Black, I think, on Instagram. So I'm going to crawl on over while I let my legs recover. Hope you take a couple of seconds as well. Deep Space Black went for a wonderful walk with a friend, and so he's late. He's going to come back in tomorrow. Thank you for dropping in to let us know. Thank you for taking the time to say hi and be encouraging to everybody else. He said, good effort, y'all. That's you. Good effort. All right. Let's get back to the stretches. We got 2 stretches left and a little bit of strengthening work. So we just wrapped up the pancake, and next we're going to do the pigeon. If I look like I'm squirming around and having a difficult time staying still, it's because all of these muscles are firing, and I'm like, does that tingle? It's fine. Does this tingle? That's fine. All right. For the pigeon, what we're doing next, we're basically trying to bring our ankle up to the opposite hip and then trying to bring the chest down that hip while keeping the lower back relatively straight to actually feel that squishing of sorts, folding from the hip. All right, so I'm gonna do this laying down on my back so you can see the version which is often called the figure 4. And that version requires muscle power, your own muscle power to pull the leg down to cause the stretch and shows you how much control you can have. All right, so let's start by laying down on our backs and crossing that leg over to the opposite knee. You shouldn't really feel anything just yet, but if you do, your muscles might be really tight. Next, I want you to punch through, grab that knee where the foot is or was resting on the ground, and start pulling everything in towards your chest. Take a couple of deep breaths and apply steady pressure. Don't let it go. You're going to hold for 30 seconds. 30, 29, 28, 27, 26, 25, 24, 23, 22, 21, 20, 19, 18, 17, 16, 15, 14, 13, 12, 11, 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0. Oof, relax. Oh. Shake that leg out. Switch over to the other side. And lay on back down. All right. Same thing. We're going to do the other side. Cross that leg over to the opposite knee-ish area. Just below the knee is good. And reach through. Grab that leg. Start pulling slowly, 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 but with steady pressure. Bring that whole entire angled leg, I guess, towards you. And we're going to hold this for 30 seconds. Ready? Keep that steady pressure. 30, 29, 28, 27, 26, 25, 24, 23, 22, 21, 20, 19, 18, 17, 16, 15, 14, 13, 12, 11, 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0. All right, relax. Let that hip go. Oh. Shake out those legs if you need to. Open up the hips if you need to. Roll on over. I think we got a couple of comments. Hi, welcome. We do 20-30 minutes of side split stretches every single day, and we do them live to keep everybody accountable so that when questions come in, I can help answer them if you need to. And this is all about practicing consistency. That's the short spiel. We're going to get back into the side split stretch, which is the next stretch. And right after the side split, we have 2 horse stances that we're going to hold for 30 seconds and do a little bit of strength work. So thank you for coming, and thank you for commenting so that I can see that you're here. And I hope you enjoy the rest of the show. All right. So we're getting into the side split stretch. And if this is your first time really trying the side split and you don't get any further than this, that's fine. Don't worry about it. But once you are getting a little bit deeper than this, at some point, most people will have their leg bone and their hip bone sort of collide into each other. What you want to do is either of 2 things. You want to rotate your hips to bring them forward so that the collision doesn't happen, or this is open. Or you can rotate your legs so that instead of this colliding, it's like this. It might be a little bit hard to see because I'm kind of far from the camera. But if you're standing like me, what you can do is externally rotate your legs. What that means is if your feet are on the ground and flat, point them and your toes up into the sky. That includes your knee is pointing up, your quad muscles are all pointing up. Once you've done that, you should be opening up your hips a little bit more so that you can get deeper into the stretch. I am about, my feet are about 20-30 centimeters away from the wall, 8 to 12 inches. And my butt is resting on the wall for a little bit of support. And I find that in this position, I can make sure I don't fall backwards. And also, I can get a lot of weight, body weight, onto my hips. All right. So take your time getting into a deeper position. Then we're going to start our 30-second hold right after. Take a couple of deep breaths. Let's go. 30 seconds. 30, 29, 28, 27, 26, 25, 24, 23, 22, 21, 20, 19, 18, 17, 16, 15, 14, 13, 12, 11, 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0. All right. If you're feeling strong, you can stay here for a little bit longer. If you're ready to stop, let's try to crawl forward with our hands until our legs are free from that pressure and we can bring them in. I always need a couple of seconds to recover from that stretch. And so I'm going to awkwardly shimmy around and crawl for just a couple more seconds. Whew. All right, my legs are starting to work again, I think. Shake out those legs, release some tension. Then we're done with all the stretches. The last little bit of exercise that we're going to do is called the horse stance, and we're doing it because it builds a lot of strength in the muscles that we want to strengthen to get our brains comfortable with the side splits. So to get in the horse stance, you start with kind of a wide leg position, and you can point your toes out roughly, again, 45 to 60-ish degrees. And then let's bend those knees and drop the hips down. The lower you can go, the better. But if you can't get that low, it's totally fine. Once you are in this position, I want you to flex your glutes and your outside thigh muscles to sort of pull your legs open, as wide as they can open. I want you to tuck your butt so that the bottom of the butt is pointing that away. All right. Now that will help you stand up a little bit straighter. Put more weight onto your hips. Force your muscles to work a little bit harder to balance and all this good stuff so that you get stronger. All right, we're gonna hold this for 30 seconds. 30, 29, 28, 27, 26, 25, 24, 23, 22, 21, 20, 19, 18, 17, 16, 15, 14, 13, 12. If you need to take a break, go ahead. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0. All right, come on up. If that felt intense, it's how it's supposed to feel. And if your legs are tired, that's also normal. All right, we're going to take 30, 40 seconds of rest from this point on so that we can do another one and really rest up and get a good final horse stance. Yeah. Thank you for popping in so far and joining and doing the side split workout for today. It is very important that you showed up because we're making steps and taking steps towards getting that consistency up and hopefully funneling that consistency into our goals. All right. I think that's enough rest. I think it's time to go and wrap up this last horse stance and call it for the day so you can enjoy your Saturday. Let's go. Wide stance. Point the toes 45, 60 degrees out. Bend the knees. Drop the hips. Flex those outer leg muscles and glutes to pull your hips, your legs wider open. Tuck the butt so that the bottom of your butt is pointing more towards in front of you. And try to straighten up your back. Let's go. 30 seconds. 29, 28, 27, 26, 25, 24, 23, 22, 21, 20, 19, 18, 17, 16, 15, 14, 13, 12, 11, 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0. Come on up. Oh, my legs are shaking. I'm going to just casually lean against the wall for a second while we recover. She got those legs. We are done. We are all wrapped up for today. Let's see. What's the time? Let me crawl on over to the computer. Ooh, we're running late. It's 35 minutes into the hour. I try to be pretty thorough with the explaining because I saw a whole bunch of people pop in over on Instagram and YouTube. I hope that was helpful. If you have any questions, feel free to throw them in the chat. I'm watching them right now, and I'd be happy to help answer them. Again, we do this every single day at this time. And the goal is to practice consistency so we can make and take little steps towards our goals. In this case, side splits. Vinny says, I realize I have to stretch and strengthen my hips after hurting them during a hike a few weeks back. Thanks for a good session. Greetings from Sweden. Thank you so much for commenting. I'm glad you're doing the really hard, painful stuff that is stretching and taking care of injured muscles. It's what, 8:30 in Sweden right now. I hope you got a good stretch session in and you're able to go enjoy a nice dinner. Thank you for coming in. We're going to be on same time tomorrow, so feel free to keep coming back. If at any point it feels like these videos are a little too intense, you can always dial back your intensity. You don't have to keep up with our intensity, but we take the time to be here together every single day. So thank you for coming in, and I hope to see you soon. All right, I think that was the only comment on both platforms. So that's it. We're going to call it. I'm going to wrap up the video. If you haven't yet, please do hit the subscribe button on YouTube. At Splits on the side is the username, profile name, whatever it's called. when I hit 50 subscribers, I can go live on YouTube mobile, and then I can just use the phone and not have to carry a whole entire laptop around. Um, so if you can do that for me, I'd really appreciate it. Other than that, that's it. Have a wonderful end of your Saturday, and I hope to see you soon. Killing the stream.